Assalamualaikum and a very good evening to all. Welcome back to our program TV Love Fish. Stay tuned as this channel focusing on inland fisheries and management. As the demand for seafood has increased, technology has made it possible to grow food in coastal marine waters and the open ocean. Aquaculture is a method used to produce food and other commercial products, restore habitat and replenish wild stocks, rebuild populations of threatened and endangered species. So today, we will interview few panels from aquaculture experts on the consequences of fish farming towards the environment, especially on inland fisheries. So now we are with Miss Iris from Aquaculture Asia Pacific. So can you please explain what is the importance of aquaculture sector and the effects of this practice in the environment?
Hi, my name is Iris. So, according to the FAO 2018, the wild fish stock is being depleted due to the high intensity of commercial fisheries activities. Fortunately, the implementation of aquaculture sectors relieve the stress of wild fish from being overfishing. So, the aquaculture allows sustainable use of sea resources by providing alternative food resources to replace the fisheries from the sea. Besides that, aquaculture also conserves biodiversity by reducing fisheries exploitation stress on wild stock in nature environments. Aquaculture also contributes to the economic sectors by generating high income and increasing employment opportunities to the societies. However, there are several environmental factors caused by the aquacultures. The environmental factors includes the forage fish impacts. So the forage fish impact is the exploitation of large quantity of wild fish as the fish feed for aquaculture species. Next is the pollutions. Fish farming produce high quantity of organic waste such as feces and uneaten feed, which causes the deterioration of water quality of the habitats. Besides that, aquaculture also possesses a potential in habitat disruptions, which the development process causes the alterations of the habitat structures. Next is the issues of invasive species. So the cultured fish, which are genetically different from the native species, escape from the fisheries farm, released to the natural environment. They will provide the stress and replace the native species. Last but not least is the disease transfer issues. So aquaculture farming fish in high density, and this increases the risk of disease transfers of the fish. That's all for me. Thank you.
Wow, that was a great explanation from Miss Iris. So now let's move on to the next question. Hi Chiazuan, thank you for joining with us. So can you explain to us what is the meaning of vegetarian feed? And also, could you tell us more on some of the examples of any aquaculture species that are raised from the vegetarian feed?
Hi everyone, it's my pleasure to share the information to all of you. And so, vegetarian feed in aquaculture simply means that the food materials, ingredients that the farmer provides to the farming fishes is plant-based ingredients or insects or etc., which is fish-free. So vegetarian feed is one of the keys to sustainable fish farming and cost-effective alternatives to the fish meal and fish oil. So at here, the trout, salmonfish and Nile tilapia fish are the examples that could rise from the vegetarian feed. There were studies done by the Burney et al. In 2019, the Devick et al. In 2017. They feed the fishes with the black soldier fly diet as shown in the picture, and they discovered that the fishes is still able to grow as fast as the traditional meal diet. So through this, we can say that the vegetarian feeding diet is another way to grow the fishes to the desired sizes. The plants like soybean, rapeseed, and sunflower, also the algae, the insects, the mealworms, and animal byproducts are the alternative raw materials that is currently using for the feed in the industry. So basically, for your information, the vegetarian feed is beneficial to the fish farming industry in making the aquaculture to be more profitable enterprise, and also to protect the ecosystem as we can sustain a good protein source without fish being harvested for feedings. I think that's all from me. We'll pass back to our reporter.
Thank you so much, Jazwan, for the knowledge. Next, aquaculture expert from Atlantis Aquaculture Farm will make us clear with the term called fish in, fish out ratio, or known as FIFO. And not to forget, is there any other options to replace usage of forage fish in fish meal?
In order to know a sustainability of a certain aquaculture production, an indicator or calculation needs to be conducted. Fish in, fish out ratio is one of the most popular methods to conduct this. Fish in, fish out ratio is defined as the requirement in kilogram of wild-caught fish in terms of both fish meal and fish oil to produce 1 kilogram of farm fish. According to a study conducted by Janatullah et al. 2019, salmon production needs 5 kg of the processed forage fish to produce 1 kg of farm salmon. Through this study, we could see a huge amount of resource need to be put in order to get a little amount of output. Because of this, many scientists are actively researching for the best food substitutes to replace forage fish to reduce impact on the population ecosystem. Some of these are single-cell microorganisms such as algae, bacteria, fungus, and yeast, and plant protein such as soybean meal, sunflower oil cake, and groundnut oil cake. They are chosen because they possess positive characteristics of fast-growing and renewable. In many studies, single-cell organisms prove to be a potential substitute for many animal proteins, as they contain many nutritional values such as B vitamins, beta-glucans, proteins, and pigments. However, the use of bacteria was seen to enhance the innate immunity of shrimp, as evidenced in a study by Chupol, Katonchot, Mitoda, and Kanzaki in 2018. On the other hand, utilization of plant protein sources results in partial success, as they relatively have imbalanced amino acid profile and presence of anti-nutritional value.
Wow, that was interesting clarification on FIFO from Miss Umaira. Okay, now, Mr. Ame, will you tell us about the examples of feed efficient use in fish farming practices and its consequences towards inland fisheries?
Thank you, Arfahani. So for the feed efficiency in fish farming sector, the feed contain all the essential nutrients needed to keep all the aquaculture fish healthy and growing, according to NOAA 2018. There are few types of feed efficiency used in the fish farm includes live feed such as artemia, rotifer, and coffee pods. Besides, most aquaculturists use fish feed pellets such as plant-based pellets, floating and sinking feeds. However, nutrient from the excess fish feed will increase nutrient level in the water column, which lead to eutrophication.
Regarding to forage fish, can you explain more on how high exploitation of forage fish can affect the food web?
So, forage fish can be used as substitute to this feed, as it also give high amount of nutrient to the fish. Forage species can be defined as any fish or invertebrates species that contribute significantly to the diets of other fish, birds, mammals, or sea turtles. In other words, contributes disproportionately to ecosystem function and resilience due to its role as prey. The example of forage fish can be found in the sea is herring, sandeel, spreads, Norway pouts, sardines, and anchovies. However, there are some consequences for this substitute. High exploitation of forage fish can be affect the food webs in the marine ecosystem by forcing the predators to consume less nutritious food. Low population of forage fish can lead to declining population of the predators, which eventually affect fish stock in the marine environment.
Oh, I see. Now we know. So, I would love to encourage all aquaculturists out there to use other types of food meal, as our action could save the world. Last but not least, Miss Bien, can you please let us know more detail about forage fish?
Thank you guys for inviting me here today. So my name is Mama Miki and I'm an expert in aquaculture sectors, especially fish foods. So today I'm going to explain about usage of fish forage as fish foods. Recreational and aquaculture fish ponds stock storage fish as foods. Combination of fish forage as fish stock can also increase the forage base. For example, in a catfish pond, tilapia and flathead minnows often used as fish stock.
How do you select and choose the best forage fish to use?
Usually, we choose the good forage fish according to references provided by Stone 2008. It grows well in pond, fits low on the food chain, no competition with young bass, small size as an adult, and provide frequently and abundantly. Some other examples of the forage fish that are often used by aquaculture sectors are tilapias, bluegills, red ear sunfish, fathead minnows, golden shiner, and threadfin shad.
That was interesting. May I ask if there are other uses of forage fish?
Of course, you can ask. There is other function of forage fish apart from being used as fish feed. The other usage of forage fish are fish oils, livestock feeding, fresh frozen wet processed fish meal, canned pet food, and fish baits. Although forage fish are used internationally, there are some concerns regarding the usage of forage fish. Adding new species of forage fish as fish meal in an existing fish pond affects the surrounding ecosystem. Some species might compete for the same natural food such as bluegills. Threadfin and shad feed heavily on plankton and reduce food resources for juvenile bluegills. Forage fish such as golden shiners are egg eaters and might reduce other fish reproduction in the same ponds. It's great to be here. Thanks for inviting me. See you next time.
This is a good sharing session with all of our guests today. Thank you for joining our TV program. In a nutshell, aquaculturists are responsible to look for a wider variety of other fish feed that gives nutritional benefits to their livestock. Hope today's forum will give benefits to all of us. Think blue and go green. See you guys again at the same time, same day, same TV channel. Love Fish.